News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-990 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, police and medics respond to a crash on the south side, and Clark County reports one case of the coronavirus. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Law enforcement investigates the cause of a two-vehicle accident. It's Friday, March 6th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, one person who sustained a head wound declined to be taken to the hospital following a crash that occurred yesterday afternoon on Kellogg Road. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, as well as Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, responded to a vehicle versus truck and utility trailer accident that occurred yesterday afternoon on Kellogg and Quarter Horse. The accident, which occurred around 3:30 in the afternoon, seemed to be the result of one vehicle failing to yield the right-of-way to the other. According to reports, the truck was headed west on Kellogg when the car that was stopped facing south on Quarter Horse allegedly started to drive across the street. That is when the two collided. The driver of the truck, Bobby Hatman, says he was a little shaken up, but he's glad that his dog, Molly, that was on board seemed to be unharmed. He said that his Yorkie, Molly, was in a harness restraint protecting her from the impact. The driver of the car was said to have hit her head and declined to be transported by medics. Bobby told News 25 that his truck was about a year old and his wife had insisted that he purchase it before she passed away last year. Well, a Pahrump man is facing charges after he allegedly choked a child inside their RV.
Charles Ballou is under arrest and was booked into the Nye County Detention Center on one count of child abuse or neglect and one count of domestic battery by strangulation. Deputies were called to the No to Abuse facility in Pahrump in reference to a child abuse investigation involving 3 children and an adult female. According to the arrest report, the woman told officers Ballou had been abusing her and the children. She says Ballou choked out one of the children after grabbing her by the back of her hair and pulling her onto the couch in their RV. The woman says the girl lost consciousness for a moment and that her necklace broke during the alleged attack. The woman told deputies she recorded the entire incident on her phone, though she only captured the audio because she was hiding the phone so Ballou would not see what she was doing. The arrest report says officers listened to that recording, hearing what appeared to corroborate the woman's account of what happened. In that recording, deputies say right after a struggle can be heard, they heard the young girl crying about Ballou choking her.
Well, the Southern Nevada Health District has announced the first presumptive positive case of coronavirus disease 2019, or COVID-19, in a Clark County resident on March 5th. Test results are considered presumptive positive until the result is confirmed by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. However, presumptive positives are included by the CDC. The patient is a male in his 50s who is hospitalized and currently is in an airborne isolation unit and does have underlying medical conditions. The patient remains in serious condition. As we head into our first break, here's a word from Clark County.
Concerns about coronavirus are real.
But there are steps all of us can do to protect our health.
First, wash your hands often with warm, soapy water.
This is the most effective way to prevent the spread of all communicable diseases.
Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue if you cough or sneeze.
Clean and disinfect frequently touched items. Avoid touching your face or eyes.
Get your flu shot.
Stay home if you feel sick to avoid spreading germs to others.
Keep an emergency supply kit on hand.
And stay informed.
Visit the Southern Nevada Health District's website for updates.
News 25 is brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing.
Welcome back. Well, student loan debt is at a crisis level in the United States. Angela Miles tells us more in today's Business First Brief.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, women remain underrepresented in power-making decisions. Men account for 75% of parliamentarians worldwide. Also, women between 25 and 34 are 25% more likely to live in extreme poverty. A gain that has been made. More girls are in school than ever before. In the U.S., student debt is at a crisis level. Student loan borrowing is hitting $1.6 trillion. Of that debt, $930 billion is owed by women. That's about $2,700 more than men. Women are also earning about 15% less. A surprising statistic about startups. Black women are leading the way in starting their own companies. That number of startup businesses has grown by 164%.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela, so much. Well, if you're looking to start a business, a free class coming up later this month can help you through the process. Brad Francis has the details.
The program is called Start Smart, and it's being offered by the Nevada Small Business Development Center. The free seminar is a great source of information for those thinking about starting a business or those who have recently started their own business. Al Parker, a business advisor with the Nevada SBDC, will be teaching the 3-hour class, where attendees will learn the essential steps for starting a business.
The class will basically cover all the basics that one should know before going into a business, such as the need to develop a business plan, how to find financing, common pitfalls for new business owners, record keeping, understanding financials, how to market your product or service. So all the basics will probably be covered in this 3-hour class. It also gives the students an opportunity to ask questions. And additionally, since I am a counselor up there, they can have free counseling, because after this class, they have access to me if they'd like to set up an appointment for any aspect of their business, whether they want to start it or if they have already started it. And we can cover things with them like the legal structure of a business, licensing, permits, and other types of things that they would find handy.
The Start Smart program is Saturday, March 21st from 9 a.m. to noon at the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce, located inside the Nevada State Bank building. And again, it is free. If you'd like to attend, you can register online at nevadasbdc.org. Just click the training calendar to get started. The class is limited to 25 people, so if you're thinking about attending, you should register soon.
Thanks so much, Brad. Well, losing weight is tough, but keeping weight off can be even harder. A recent study looks at what happens to health benefits after shedding weight if we don't keep it off. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Leslie Heinberg says that blood pressure and diabetes were impacted when people regained weight.
People who maintained their weight loss maintained the benefit of that weight loss. They maintained the improvement in cardiovascular disease. It either held stable or it continued to improve over time. People who regained weight, unfortunately, with the weight coming back, some of those cardiovascular risk factors came back as well.
The study looks at data on more than 1,500 people in a diabetes weight loss trial. Researchers found when people lost weight, they saw improvements in heart risk factors such as blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol. Those who kept off at least 75% of the weight maintained the benefits of their health improvements, but those who regained weight saw health risks return. Dr. Heinberg says gaining back weight is common. She says there are 2 important keys to maintaining weight loss. Number 1 is not to think of weight loss efforts as being on a diet, but rather a permanent change in lifestyle habits. The other important key is making physical activity a regular part of your day. Losing weight isn't easy, and Dr. Heinberg recommends people keep at it until they find something that works for them.
If at first you aren't able to lose that weight and keep it off for the long term, to try something again. Try a different approach. Try putting in more physical activity. Get the support of a healthcare professional that works on weight loss.
Dr. Heinberg cautions people from thinking that temporarily shedding pounds isn't worth the effort if you can possibly regain them. She says any period of maintained weight loss, whether months or years, can benefit your health. Complete results of the study can be found in the Journal of the American Heart Association.
All right, when we return from this break, we're going to tell you about a court case and what happened this week in your courtrooms.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Well, in Justice Court this week, there was 4 defendants that appeared in court. One of them is still in custody. We have the update. The 4 burglary suspects that were arrested this past week in regards to an incident that occurred at Walmart, which also resulted in a deputy being arrested after he fired a shot at one of the individuals, were in court this week. Judge Lisa Shamley heard the case regarding Sally Diaz, Larry Hermanson, Joseph Beltran-Fallis, and Stephen Cook. 2 of the individuals were released on their own recognizance, and 1 had to post bail. Sally Diaz didn't arrive in court until much later after the court hearing was underway. The 1 individual still in police custody is Joseph Beltran-Fallis. He's been charged with grand larceny in this case, as well as felony eluding. Fallis pleaded with the court to release him on an OR release, stating that he had a family to take care of. The judge replied that she did not feel comfortable with releasing him on OR. When watching the video from the officer's body camera, you can see that the officer caught up to the individual at the back of Walmart, and that is when a round was discharged from the officer's weapon. James Ramos, who is a deputy with the Nye County Sheriff's Office, was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon and discharging a firearm where a person may be endangered. The other individuals are still facing charges of conspiracy of grand larceny, possession of a Schedule 1, 2, 3, and 4 controlled substance, burglary, retail theft, and other related charges. They were all arrested in the early mornings of February 26 when police were dispatched to Walmart in reference to a shoplifting that was occurring at that time. All the individuals will be returning back in court for a pretrial hearing on March 10th and a preliminary hearing on March 11th. Well, it is Friday, and that means it's time to meet another great pet just waiting to find their forever home. Today, Darby O'Donnell introduces us to Lily.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Lily, the black lab. She is a 1-year-old, super duper tall lab. She has some white on her chest and underneath her chin, just like a standard lab mix. She has a lot of energy and she gallops around like a horse. Like, this dog is really tall. She has such a cute personality. She's extremely friendly. She loves to cuddle. She thinks she's a lap dog. Come out and see her and spend some time with her in the yard so you can see her sweet little personality. They're on Ceres Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Come here. Hi.
Well, let's take a look on that weather cam and see what we got happening on the weather bug. Well, we're going to find out more with what's happening in our weather forecast right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real. News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, well, let's look at what we got going on with our weather right now and our surrounding areas. Las Vegas, 78 degrees, low tonight at 53. Death Valley, 87, 62. Amargosa, 77, 49. Beatty, high of 73, low of 44. Goldfield, 64, 38. Tonopah, high of 63, low of 38. And Carson City, 66, 44. Fallon, 72, 42. And Fernley, a high today of 70 and low tonight, 45. Here in Pahrump, partly cloudy skies with your high of 77, winds out of the south at 14 miles per hour, humidity at 17%, and sunrise 6:08 this morning. Tonight, mostly clear with your low of 52, winds out of the southeast at 12 miles per hour, humidity 34%, and sunset 5:44. Our 7-day forecast shows a lot of difference happening in our weather. Let's start with Saturday with the cloudy skies, winds out of the south at 18 miles per hour with your high of 69, a low of 46. Sunday, clearing up, still some windy conditions though, out of the south at 12 miles per hour, high of 64, low of 46. Monday, clouds rolling back in with winds out of the south at 14 miles per hour, high of 68, low of 51. Tuesday, oh my gosh, it's showing an 80% chance of rain. We'll see how that pans out with a high of 62, a low of 51. Still showing a chance of 40% on Wednesday of rain with a high of 65, a low of 46. Thursday and Friday, both partly cloudy skies, low 70s and to the high 40s and low 50s. Well, let's go to your entertainment report right now. A pop star says that she's expecting her first child. That and more in today's ETW.
Welcome to your entertainment report for this week. A baby is on the way for celebrity couple Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, who are expecting their first child together. The singer revealed the news in her latest music video on Thursday. The video for Never Worn White sees Perry cradling her baby bump while wearing a white dress. The 35-year-old also told fans that she is glad she doesn't have to suck it in anymore or carry around a big purse. Perry and Bloom got engaged on Valentine's Day. It will be Perry's first child and Bloom's second. Perry and Bloom started dating in 2016 and reportedly split 10 months later before reuniting in early 2018. Judge Judy is leaving CBS and starting a new show on another network. The courtroom reality show has signed on for one more season, making it her 25th. Host Judith Shindland, who is 77, said the network bought some reruns and she is beginning a new show called Judy Justice, which will be coming out next year. British rock band Genesis said they are coming out to tour after 13 years. The group is now forming the 2020 tour featuring Phil Collins, Tony Banks, and Mike Rutherford, with Phil's 18-year-old son Nicholas on drums and Daryl Sturmer on guitar and bass. The comeback tour will first perform a series of shows across the UK later this year. The group says that founding member Peter Gabriel, who started the band in 1975, will not take part. That's your entertainment report for this week. I'm Lynn Peterson.
Thanks so much, Lynn. There's lots of things to do around town this weekend. I hear there's a bunch of bands playing at various locations around town, being Sullivan's and, of course, the Bearded Lady and Vince Neil's Tatawada Wildside. So go check them out. And, of course, tomorrow they are having a veterans event at the Valley Conference Center on Highway 372, where they are presenting some of those amazing quilts. And that begins at 10 a.m. That's going to wrap up this edition of News 25 from all of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. We'll see you back here on Monday.